think the biggest challenge, particularly with small and medium businesses, is the shareholders are also involved in the operations. And they also started the business and became shareholders in the first place because they wanted to effectively own their job. They wanted to own their destiny. They wanted to be their own boss. So they are typically shareholders, directors and managers, whether they're aware of it or not. So the biggest single problem is, call it ego, call it the fact that they wanted to be their own boss, they wanted to be in control, is when implementing a board you have to let go of some of that. And one of the main purposes of a board is to hold the management accountable. So it's stepping away and saying, right, as a shareholder, what do I want in terms of what's best for the business? Not getting sucked into thinking about, okay, well, if I bring this layer in the middle, how's it going to impact me as a manager? Because if they're not producing the results that they should be as a manager, then the board is there to hold them accountable. So it's really, really tough to let go of their baby, think about, well, am I losing control of what happens with my business? And it's that colloquial phrase of, it's my business, that I think really catches people out. Because it's not. You're a shareholder in a business, and the shareholders has specific rights. You don't own it. It's an entity. So the second thing is, once you've got over the fact that you do need a board because it's going to be supportive, it's going to take the business to the next level, it's going to hold you accountable, then it's making sure that all the shareholders have that same understanding. So we used to push to get the process in place at Sirdar, and I think one of the things we've definitely learned over the years is, unless all of the shareholders are on board, then you're fighting an uphill battle, because the board meeting ends up becoming a conflict zone or a war zone for the shareholders to voice their opinions and get over their grievances with a ringleader. It's for the main purpose of the board and for the directors is to hold the MD accountable. And again, it's really difficult if the shareholder is also a director, is also the MD, because they may not be the most appropriate managing director to have in their business. They may be very good at starting it and very good at setting it up because that's their talent, but they're not very good at running it. So we've had a couple of examples of companies where the MD has moved on. They've either sold their shares and started something completely different, or they've gone into some retirement, or they've taken up a different role in the business, but they weren't the ideal person for them to be the MD, and bringing in someone else has taken the business to a whole new level because they were what was holding it back. So that's really scary coming to this kind of conversation, because people think of this business is there because it's my job. They need to be separate. You're an investor in a business, you're a director in a business, and you have a role and you have a salary in the business. They're not all one, they're all separate things.